Hello, everyone, and welcome to this intuitive energy update. My name's Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. You can find me on social media, Wisdom of the Heart, and my website is simply lisalyle.com. So, thank you so much for being here. It is the 17th of January, 2024. And all I can say is, whew. The intensity of the energy is intense. It's a little much, actually. And so, just as we connect here today, I'm going to burn some Palo Santo just to clear the space between our hearts. And I'm going to ask at this time that I am a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind. So, thank you all for being here. If you're new, welcome. If you've been traveling the ethers with me for a while, thank you so much for continuing to come back. Please do take a moment to hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet already. That is, hello, sassy lady. You are so welcome. Thank you. Please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's a great way to show support to content creators such as myself, and it's a great way to support me in achieving my goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel so that we can spread our wings into monetization and other things like that. So your help is greatly appreciated. So, as we sit here on the 17th of January, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How has 2024 as a calendar year been treating you so far? And it feels like for all of us, so personally, it's been great. I've been sticking to goals. I've been creating goals and sticking to them, taking the actions required on my part every day to achieve my desired outcome. And within this, so feeling really great on inward, feeling great, strong. And what I have been noticing is externally, it's a bit of a, what do I want to say? Smorgasbord of energies. And for those of us who are on the spiritual path, for those of us who are on the path of awakening, there are external forces that seek intentionally to destabilize us. And perhaps it's not the humans who are behaving poorly, who are intentionally setting out to destabilize us, and yet they are vessels, if you will, or pawns within a game that is really, it's an energetic play. And so this time is really about us continuing to delve deeper in and harnessing our inner power. Because externally, the energy, I'm telling you, I cannot these days really tolerate much outside of myself within the experience. And like you, a divine human like you, I am dealing with a lot of challenges as well. So it feels like this week may be very challenging to us as we lead up towards our, so I think we're probably around the first quarter moon right now. And as we lead towards that full moon, which is going to be on the 25th of January, and it's going to be in the sign of Leo, a very fiery sign, and we've got all kinds of other planets at play here as well. I'm just going to look down and into my notes because I have been taking some notes around the full moon energy. We'll talk more about it next week, and I will definitely be deep diving into it in the full moon circle. If you'd like to be a part of that, you can either find the event page on Wisdom of the Heart on Facebook, or you can just visit my website, lisalyle.com, and make a commitment. If you, this is my moon manifestation journal for the year of 2024. So perhaps you're being called to make a commitment to your personal development and growth this year. And these moon circles are a fantastic space of love, support, and encouragement. And of course, the deep wisdom that guides us from the inside. So if you'd like to be a part of that, in the description box down below will be a link to my website, so you can join us, and I hope to see you there. Because it feels like the full moon in Leo is really supporting us with our inner fire to release and let go of anything that is no longer aligned with our heart's desires. And it is going to, it almost feels like this, at this time, we are in the process of a slow and painful ego death, right? And when we relate with others, oftentimes we are just coming up against the egos, the two eagle. We are being reminded that we are like the eagle with a direct line to source. We do not need any middleman or any middle woman to connect us to source, because it is an innate connection from within us, within our experience. So it feels like at this time there are a lot of ego deaths taking place, and perhaps even battles of egos, a battle of wills. And if you're feeling in one of these energetic standoffs, if you will, the best thing that you could do for yourself, the greatest thing you could do for yourself, would be to disconnect, and to disconnect in the most loving and kind way that you are able to. And it's really an act of self-love when we are able to disconnect from the external forces. 2024 is all about relationships, and you may find at this time that some of your relationships are rather strained, or perhaps the relationships are feeling very tumultuous these days. And it's usually our relationships with those closest to us that are that offer the biggest opportunity for growth, that offer us this opportunity for expansion, and of course, deeper healing. And we may be finding ourselves at this time triggered within our relationships, triggered by the behaviors of others in our life. And oftentimes these behaviors of others have a direct impact on ourselves. And so this is going to be a time for you and I to really be clear about our boundaries, to really, stand our ground, and to really not tolerate unacceptable behavior. And some may say, well, is it, what's unacceptable behavior? Lying, cheating, stealing. These are unacceptable behaviors for those of us who are on this spiral of grace, those of us who are on this awakening journey of our soul in this lifetime. So if we are dealing with liars, cheaters, stealers in our life, it's important that we create a firm boundary that no longer tolerates this type of behavior. If we are liars, cheaters, and stealers, it's time to full stop the behavior that is detrimental to your spiritual growth. Your spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being is directly impacted by your behavior. So it's time to clean up the act, and it's time to energetically wipe the slate clean, and it's time to create a boundary around yourself that is no longer going to tolerate anything but respectful and kind behavior. So these behaviors that are disrespectful, unkind, um, must stop. And if we have people in our lives that are perpetuating these behaviors and continuing these behaviors over and over again, it's going to require a great act of courage on our part to stand our ground and no longer tolerate that which is unacceptable. And it's going to be different for each of us, right? It's so you will, in your own life, decide for yourself what's acceptable or unacceptable, right? And that's what we're all here to do. And if we are accepting poor behavior from others, it's almost like we're not respecting, we're not showing up for ourselves, and we're not in alignment with divine righteousness and divine truth in our life and our experience. So I'm feeling guided to pull some cards for us, and I'm just, oh, okay, they're showing me the Moonology card, so I'm just going to reach. It's intense. The times are intense, and yet the intensity of our time the intensity of this time is really supporting our soul's ability to shine in this lifetime. And so this is a year where we're cutting away the bullshit. We're not dealing with it. I sorry for swearing. And yet it sometimes, we've got to get honest with ourselves, and we have to find a way to communicate and speak honestly to those players, those people in our lives that are crossing lines and and particularly if they are doing it over and over and over again. It's not it's not a reflection of who we are. It is a reflection of who they are, and they're it's an opportunity. It presents an opportunity for everyone to grow and shine, or to continue to perpetuate the older timeline, which doesn't hold any appeal to many of us anymore. So a couple cards fell on the ground. And we've got the new moon in Libra, and it says a new romantic cycle is beginning. And what I'm really feeling with this card is that we are entering a cycle of divine justice. Divine justice is being served upon this planet and within each of us in our life. And many of you who have been hanging out with me for a while know that I refer to us as the fulcrum, the center of the scale. And so this is about this new romantic cycle really feels like a romancing of our soul, a coming home to the warm, true essence of who we really are. And so as we go through this week, what are the little things that you can do every day that are going to reaffirm your commitment to yourself and your soul's evolutionary development while here in human form? So taking action every day. So we've got 3 cards that fell on the ground at 1331. And it says a new start is coming, new moon. So our next new moon is going to be the new moon in Aquarius, and that's going to be in February. And so it feels like there's a cleanup time. It's almost like this Leo full moon is the cleanup crew coming in to clean up the stuff that is best left behind. So with each ending, there's always a new beginning, and we are the drivers of this new fresh start. And so again, this whole journey is about how you are nurturing and caring for your beautiful heart. Okay. So the full moon in Capricorn, we just recently had our first new moon in Capricorn, but it says the end of a tough cycle is approaching. So it feels like at this point in time, many of us are in the tough of it. We're right in it. And we are being challenged and perhaps triggered by relationships we have with those in our intimate circle, those closest to us. And so it really, really feels that in order to move beyond this tough cycle, we must be willing to make some difficult choices. We must be willing to perhaps take a difficult stance within a relationship in our life. This is a time of self-reflection. This is a number 17, so 17 reduces to an 8. We are in a universal 8 year. Self-reflection is key because a lot of times what we see externally is reflecting back to us aspects of ourselves. And other times it's simply the external world is simply a reflection of that which we do not desire to have in our experience. And the more that we're able to reflect inwardly, the more that we're able to sit in silence, meditation, and contemplation, the more easily we will be able to see. And not, I'm really feeling, do not allow yourself to get caught up and drowned, like pulled under by your emotions. Allow the emotions to flow so that you can come up for air, so that you can um, really tune in to the gift that is there within the difficult situation or within the difficult relationship. There's always gifts. This is also making me feel like community. This is really about growing our community this year, growing our connections with soul family around the world, and as well as within our immediate circles. And this feels very important, which is why I always am encouraging commenting and like, let's begin to open up the lines of communication here with one another. Let's show each other that we care, right? Let's not just about ourselves, but about the greatest and highest good of all. And this is truly what is our power. This is a number 16, so it comes to a 7. This is about our physical body. This is where all the power is. It's not out there anywhere. This is the place of power. We are the point of power. And the more that we stand up for ourselves, the more that we set boundaries, the more that we're clear and concise in our communication, the more empowered we become, the more powerful we become. And being powerful is not about exerting our will or imposing our will on another. It is simply about standing in our power, knowing who and what we are, and knowing what we deserve and what we will allow and not allow in our experience. And it takes great courage to stand up for yourself. It takes great courage to create boundaries that are supportive and protective to the self. And I admire you for your courage. And without your courage, where would we be? And where would you be? And so this week, it feels like self care is at the top of the list. And it's like clearing away the BS, the stuff that we are no longer going to tolerate in our life, being clear and concise in our communications, creating and setting the boundary in order that we are able to continue to grow and to do what it is that we know that we're here to do. No longer will we tolerate less than we deserve. And we all deserve the greatest and highest good. We all deserve joy, love, peace, and abundance. And all of those things begin within us, our physical body, and the entirety of our human experience. So, with that, I feel like that's where we're at this week. And I trust that something here has been supportive to you, and that there's some tools or some seed of wisdom that was shared here that inspires you to stand up for yourself, straighten yourself up, and come home to the seat of your power, the point of your power, which resides right here inside in each and every sacred hour. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up on the way out. Drop a comment down below, say hi. And if you would like a personal reading with me or an intuitive healing session, please do visit the link to my website in the description box below. And just know it is my divine honor, privilege, and absolute blessing to be able to serve in this way. And I look forward to being of service to you in a more personalized way to support your journey and your path of empowerment. So until next time, everyone, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Please do check out, there's a lot of timeless interactive readings on this channel. Yesterday, the Gifts from the Shadow was an interactive message that was shared. Check it out. I'm sure that there's something in there that can support the divine, beautiful child of light that's you, who wants nothing more than to shine from the inside out. Until next time, everyone, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thanks so much for showing up. Thank you for your continued love and support. I could not do this without you, and your presence in my life is a gift for which I am eternally grateful. So until next time, thank you, thank you, thank you.